I'm just fucking around. Uh, I just finished yoga. That's my music I put on when I go into Shavasana. Uh, anyway, good morning, guys. I love you. Hi. Um, I figure the only way you can know like what my life is like is if I show you what my life is like, right? Like, what am I like at night before I go to bed? What am I like before I wake up in the morning? Especially for you, Haley, you're gonna have so many trust issues with me, like very tentatively, like putting one foot in, taking one foot out, not really sure whether or not you want to fuck with me, get into a relationship with me, and when is the right time and where I'm at. And, you're the type of kid that I always thought was cute and funny, but you're the type of kid that would always watch a million videos about a ride at Disneyland over and over and over on YouTube so that you can watch other people experience it, so that you knew where all the scary points were. You knew where everyone screamed and what turns were hard and what dips were fast and whatever, because you needed to know what to expect because you're kind of a control freak. But yeah, I think that's cute. And also, this is sort of a YouTube preview of the ride that you might take someday in like being in a relationship with crazy me. So anyway, yeah, I figured out what the difference is between yoga and working out when it comes to like mental and emotional benefits, and it's shavasana. That's my realization, because I've done both. I've done cardio to lose weight, and I've also done yoga to like maintain my weight. And I've done both. I've seen both, and I obviously fell in love with yoga and just went to that. And I'd figured out why I'm so drawn to it, and then why it's so different from working out. Because obviously, people that run, people that do cardio, they claim that there's a lot of emotional and mental benefits to that as well, which there is. But me being able to experience both of them deeply for many years, I've been able to experience both. And then after the accident and having everything taken away, and then having to sort of rebuild my life one step at a time, and I got my cardio back and I started going to the gym, and then I got my yoga back and I started doing yoga. And I was able to see the difference now, and I'm able to like take what was good about me before and keep that, and then what was bad about me leave behind, right? And that's sort of my big mission right now, and that's our mission all the time in life. But that's my big mission right now, and so I'm constantly having to evaluate and figure out exactly what things I like and why. And for yoga, the reason I like it is because although grandma is a insanely special being, like she was put here from the gods, like she is a fucking angel, like sent here to pour unconditional love on people, and people don't know what to do with it, so it's too much. And she does cross boundaries. She doesn't have a very good sense of boundaries, but that's what it's like a lot of times for extreme beautiful people, right? The Jim Morrisons of the crowd, or Amy Winehouse, people like that. And I'm not comparing mom to them as far as their drug use. I'm just saying that when you have amazing extreme people, you're going to have extreme people that push on one side or another sometimes. And so for grandma, she has so much love to give, but she also doesn't know the proper way of packaging that. And it can be too much, and it can be fucking annoying, right? But grandma is a fucking special being, a very special being. And Johnny, you have grandma inside of you, and that's fucking really amazing. That's important. You have a part of her in you that's so fucking vital and crucial to the humanity and who we're going to become and who we're evolving to as a species. And Haley and Johnny, you're both upgrades. But Johnny, I want you specifically right now to realize that you have grandma inside of you, and grandma is a special being, not somebody to just fucking push off to the side and ignore, but she's someone to watch and to appreciate and relish every single thing you can get from her, because she's just like my grandma. In so many ways, and my grandma is in me, and my grandma is how I was able to raise you guys. But it was my grandma and my mom that gave me the ability and the tools to raise you guys the way I did. And I just, yeah, a little side note for you, Johnny, but also with yoga, the reason that I fell in love with this because it kept me from being like grandma, because by being raised by her, like I was terrified of even going on a fucking trip because it was so goddamn stressful. Everything from her. So I go, oh, what about this? What about this? Oh, don't move that. Don't move that. Oh, we're late. Come on. And then, when she comes in the door, she'll just bust into the door. I mean, I always tell her, like, dude, when she comes in the door, you fucking know it. She'll walk into the dining room door here, and she'll start, she'll be like, I'm sorry, this happened, and then that happened, and then she dumps her whole fucking purse, metaphorically and physically, dumps her whole purse on the fucking dining room table, and you could be sitting there in a good conversation with someone, like, whoa, chill, man. Like, you showed up late, fine, but you don't have to bust onto the scene and take it over with your energy. And so because I always wanted to push away from that part of her, I'd found peace in yoga. And that's why I'm so drawn to it, because it makes me less like grandma in that way. Because the things we don't like about our elders are usually the things that remind us of ourselves in them. So just think about that. Whatever you don't like about grandma, whatever you don't like about papa, whatever you don't like about me, whatever you don't like about mom, those are things that are inside of you guys that you don't like about yourselves and you wish were better, and so you judge that about the other person. Think about that. It's a really it's an amazing thing. Once you're aware of it and you start putting your focus on it, boom, you see a million different things. And that was a big realization for me. But anyway, the difference with Shavasana is after you raise your rate with cardio and you're fucking doing stuff and you're getting your heart rate going in yoga after, and I'm sure there's a bunch of important shit to like fucking warrior pose and like reverse warrior and like half moon and all that shit. I'm sure there's something important and in you connecting with the universe and the stars and whatever, but I'm not that fucking spiritual. I'm not aware of the poses and the Sanskrit and the mantras and the ohms and all that stuff. I'm not really sure what you're doing with all that stuff. But for me, practically, if you were to just strip everything down and make everything like an army program, like the army is why we all run now, right? Like 80 years ago, if you were walking around in America and someone ran past you, you'd be like, what the fuck? Why are these people running? Like, where are they running from? Where are they running to? Where's the enemy? And maybe you'd start wanting to run too. Nowadays, you're walking on the street and someone runs past you and you're like, oh yeah, that's someone jogging. And it's because the army made jogging a part of their normal thing in boot camp, normal part of their curriculum. And once that happened, then fitness started becoming available to other people all over the place, and it became sort of a norm. And now here we are 80 years later, boom, we're all fitness freaks. It's because we're not hunter-gatherers anymore, having to live in the trees and climb trees with our bare feet and fucking hunt boars and shit like that, climb mountains and kick tigers. We're not like that anymore. We drive cars and we fucking close doors and we're all fucking boring. And so we need the adventure, we need the cardio. So anyway, Shavasana will calm you down after elevating your heart rate. It'll calm you down and put you in a meditative state, and it brings mindfulness. And that mindfulness and that peace in your heart of the mindfulness being activated, you wake up from Shavasana and it's like you just woke up a new person, and you're like, okay, yeah, everything's moving slower. This is easy. All right, cool. I got this. That's the difference of what they bring. With cardio, you get all the fucking benefits of yoga, except for that one thing, that mindfulness, and that's the difference. And Shavasana is how you get it. So if you were, theoretically, in my theory, if you were to follow up, and I have done this at Export a bunch of times, I have a year membership at Export. I had to renew in December, and it was awesome because they were offering, because of COVID, they were offering this crazy discount where for like $130 you can get a whole year. And this is like a $40 membership, right? $40 a month. For $120 I got an entire year. And so that's how I started getting back into my cardio and all that shit, and like preparing myself to go to the studio at Core Power, it was by doing cardio, doing sauna, getting my body and my reps in, and getting my heart elevated, and getting myself used to the heat. So I would go into the cold pool, go into the sauna afterwards, go into the cold pool, get dressed, get out of there, and I did that every single day for a couple months leading up to the first time I went back to Core Power. And after, excuse me, after doing a bunch of cardio, I tested this theory, and I would go into their little yoga studio gym thing that they have right next to their cardio machines. Like right next to the ellipticals, there's a fucking yoga studio, dance studio that I always use for doing yoga, and it's usually empty at night. So I'm in there alone or with a couple other people, and so I'll go in there and do a few yoga poses afterwards, and then I'll lay down in Shavasana, dead man's pose, and I'll lay in Shavasana after I've elevated the heart rate. Now I'm letting the heart rate come down. I'm letting the mind and the body come down together and get unity. And that's yoga, right? Yoga is unity. Your mind and your body and your spirit living in unity. Yoga is a great analogy for how we want to be in life. It's really it's been amazing to discover that difference, and it actually does work. Not the same, not 100% the same. Something about the slow, intentional movements and the intensity, and being in a dark room, heated room with other people, that brings another element to it that you can't just get on your own through cardio and Shavasana. But a lot of the benefits are there. So anyway, that's a little side note. But I don't have time to go over the notes that I was going to go over last night, just because I have a huge amount of stuff to do at my job today. Back over at Beth and Boyd's, and I'm on my this is the final weekend for the painting phase of things, and then after that I move on to some trim and some remodeling stuff. But I have to get over this little hump here and finish this stuff this weekend. So I didn't have any guests here yesterday. I didn't call anybody. I told people no. I mean, it's just so many different ways that people can like grab your attention and pull you away from what you want and what you're doing, and you got to fucking keep yourself focused, you know. And I managed to just keep things at bay for the last few weeks, things around me, and not let them just flow into my consciousness and into my my attention. And it's been amazing because I'm living an intentional, more full life, and everything and everyone around me is trying to grab me and pull me towards their direction, towards their purpose, towards what they want. And what I want is way more important for my story, right? I'm the star of my movie. So yeah, I just wanted to say hi and good morning and say I love you. And I will read you guys some of this stuff, I don't know, later on today or for sure tonight. So I just want to say hi. And I did send that video. I did share that video from last night, just so you knew that I did try to do it. It just, boom, it just cut out of nowhere, and that was from Lost No More Memory. Anyway, this thing's 15 minutes, so I gotta roll, and I love you guys, and have an awesome day. Kick ass.